Well, howdy doody peeps, and welcome back to the channel. And as you can see behind me, we've got a sea of white. It's the Garlic Woodland, and what a woodland this is. We've literally just walked through down this path now, as you can see, which coincidentally is going to be our first shot. But the smell in here, as soon as you walk in, it just absolutely hit you. There's no bread, by the way. If you don't get it, garlic, bread, it'll be garlic, no bread. So anyway, first shot in the bag, the nice leading line straight down here, the two big trees anchoring both sides, a sea of white, and just the pathway. So yeah, I'll bob this image on down for you for a starter image, and then we're going to work this and see what else we can find, because there's bluebells as well, dotted in between everything. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but we're all up for the challenges. So anyway, first shot in the bag, I'll bob it up now for you. Just let me know what you think of this one. Well peeps, I've got another one for you. It is quite tricky as this, because there's a lot of saplings and stuff all over the place, a lot of new growth. But this one, however, I've got a broken tree and you can just see both ends stepping you into the frame as such. Vertical orientation this one, and there's a bit of a bluebells in the background. So again, with woodland, I like to try and find frames and stuff like that, which this one is. It's got a leaning tree over it as well. So, but what I'll do, I'll put you through the viewfinder, you can see exactly what I mean. There you go peeps, that's exactly what I mean. Vertical orientation, you've got the sea of white, and then you've got that little archway round about there somewhere looking through. I have got the 70-200 on again. Obviously my preferred lens for woodland, because you can crop right in. So yeah, I am on about what, 80mm, 90mm on this. It is a bit messy, but it just taken me eye as well. That little bit of a frame, just with the bluebells in the background. So yeah, second one in the bag, and we haven't come very far. Big D is just over there. He's shooting that path looking down. So yeah, we've just got to see. But it's just trying to get some order out of the chaos, as they say. Right peeps, one thing, or one good thing about using a 70-200. Obviously we are still on this little path that walks up. You don't tread on bluebells, not like someone else done round here, because look at all this, all being trodden on down here. Whether it's dogs or not, we don't know. But this woodland, it's a bit of a private woodland is this. So yeah, if people are coming in and just treading all over the place, then God knows, there's a bit loopy out there. Anyway, what I was saying, 70-200, good thing about having this lens on, you can reach in, and I'm reaching in there. I'm at what, about 150mm. Got a low hanging canopy over, got one broken tree, and it's literally this high, 2 or 3 foot. But getting this 200mm on and zooming straight on it, you've got a sea of bluebells, then a sea of white garlic, and then this just one tree. I put it bang in the middle, just so it's in your face. It's framed by a couple of other trees either side. But again, I'll put you through viewfinder, you can see exactly what I mean. Right peeps, here we go. I've turned this down a bit, just so you can see it. So we have got a few bluebells in the foreground, hitting all this wild garlic, but there's no bread. And then that tree in the middle, and it is framed either side, as you can see in the viewfinder there. So yeah, another one, and we've literally walked 10-15 foot. So yeah, I'll bob this one on for you, and just let me know what you think about this. Right then peeps, now I've come down with these little tracks just off the main path going through this woodland, and that scene is nothing. But what I said before, one of the previous videos, Back looking for frames. Got this split, well, it's like a split trunk, just goes up in a V. And when I see something like this, I always try and see what I can get behind it. You'll see exactly what I mean when I put you through the viewfinder, because I've got a vertical orientation. I've got another tree bang in the middle of it. So all the foreground is all this garlic, no bread, and that tree in the background. So yeah, I'll put you through the viewfinder, you can see exactly what I mean by this one. I've just turned this exposure down a bit just so you can see what I mean with that trunk and them in the background. So yeah, just using this V here, bit of foreground of the garlic. That other tree in the background there, it's just like a wash all the way through. So yeah, this is fantastic, is this? It just leads you all the way through. And just the sea of white, the white and the green. It is a very bleh day, which for me is ideal for woodland. It was raining when we set off. It's dark clouds, well, it's just a dark totally, which gives the light that's actually coming in here into the leaves in the background. They're absolutely popping. So yeah, you're still getting that bit of contrast. So if you think it's wet outside, just nip to the woodland. I must admit, it does help with this being full of garlic at the minute, but woodland photography in general, if you think it's a crap day outside, just go to woodland. There's always something. Anyway, what I'll do, I'll bob this shot on now for you, which I think could be my favourite so far. In the woodland, my eyes are dotting all over the place. As you've seen from the previous videos, I'm always looking round. And one thing, always look behind you. So obviously we're still on this little snaking path coming down in the sea of white. But I quickly look behind me to see what the view is like from behind. And this is what, let me just take you off this tripod. And this is what it was, this little path coming down. The light is starting to come through the canopy, which I'm not including the canopy at the minute, but aiming at what? Just short of 100 mil. So on the back of the camera, that's what we're getting. Got this big tree on the left hand side, just anchoring this little pathway that goes through the garlic all the way up. So yeah, what a place this is. And again, look, it's just, and the reason I've zoomed in is because there's a little beck or something that runs through, so it just takes that little beck out of it. But yeah, what a lovely scene this is. I'm at f11, it's 0.5 seconds at minute, which doesn't really matter because there's no breeze at all. It's starting to warm up as well. I might even have to up this exposure a little bit just to make sure. But yeah, if the bit of light that came through would be fantastic. But yeah, what a scene that is. But looking behind us, look at all this. But it's just a matter now of picking scenes out of this woodland. Because look at the size of this trunk here. That'd be nice, but there's a bit of a holly bush in the way. But the girth of this, it's just unbelievable. Take you down and have a look. Look at this round here. But yeah, the smell in here though, oh, it's fantastic. It is getting overgrown round here, but even behind us, look, it goes through all down this side. So yeah, we'll be having a wander that way once I've pulled myself away from this scene. So for the meantime, I'll bob this image up for you. Right peeps, I have got another little scene, although I don't know whether it quite works or not. I have walked around the edge of this woodland. The river is literally just behind me, but we've got a nice fallen tree. It has had a bench cut out of it, but I'm excluding that bench, although I might step back a bit and put it in. I'm not too sure, but the scene itself, got some bluebells on the left hand side, this fallen tree with the green moss, then there's some wild garlic behind, trees coming left and right. I'll turn you around and you can see what I mean. So there we go. Got this nice little bench here. Just down here, got the wild garlic behind. Some bluebells on the old roots of the tree, it looks like. So yeah, nice little scene this. I think while I wait for Big D to turn up, I just might take a little pew on here. So yeah, but what a woodland this is. It is rather messy at this side anyway. It is getting overgrown with brambles and that. But yeah, it's hard work, but fulfilling when you get a shot. It is a sea of whites around the other side, but very messy. So yeah, it does need working. Like with any woodland, you just don't turn up and take a shot because it's all white. You do need to just work that scene a little bit. So anyway, I'll put this one on and just let me know what you think of this. I don't think I'm going to put the full bench in. I just want that part of a tree where it's fallen and then it leads off in the background. So yeah, either way, I'll bob it up now for you. Right then peeps, as you can see, I've knelt down a bit, and that's because I've now got the macro lens on. 50mm macro, just try and get some intimate shots. And calling of intimate shots, I've got one here as a tiny slug, just creeping up. You can just see its little antennas and everything. I'll try and put you through the viewfinder, and you can see what I mean. Just darken that down a bit, and you can see. Just darken that down a touch. There you can see it is just creeping about. So I'm just going to take another shot now, just while it's sort of leaning forward and get the separation of the antennas, and see in the back of the camera there. Yeah, just something different. I've got it on autofocus at the minute. It does quite well, does this. It's 50mm on autofocus. So yeah, very impressed with it. So yeah, only a cheapy lens for the Sony, but yeah, it works an absolute treat. Anyway, I'm on f3.2, 60th of a second. I've had to bump the ISO up to 400 just to try and get a bit of a faster shutter speed anyway. Because with macro, any movement at all, it does make a difference. So anyway, I'll bob these up for you now. I think we're going to try and go find them bluebells we saw as we got out of the van. So I'll bob the images to get up from here now as we make our way up there. Right then peeps, have you seen by that bit of B-roll? We've made it up to the bluebell side. But yeah, this is just a sea of bluebells is this. And it's not as cramped as that other little woodland that we just were in. It is quite open as this. But for the first composition, I am right up against this tree, as you can see. We've got all the bluebells on the right hand side. We've got a pathway that leads down on the left hand side, which is bang on the left hand third. And the light is coming through this side. Not a massive amount of light. It's very subdued, but the light greens and the blue and everything, yeah, it's just great. These are lovely specimens of a tree. I'll show you actually, just here. But shooting it for this close, it brings all the sky in. So if we can, we're going to go a bit further back, then shoot it then, because there's all bluebells around this side as well. Look, you've got the sea of bluebells down here. But anyway, I'll show it back of the camera. That's the composition there. Just using the canopy as well. This bit of a canopy just here on the top part of the shot, and it sort of frames everything down. So yeah, from the first part of this woodland shoot, I'll bob this bluebell one on, because it's going to be a bit like Battle of the Giants, is this, isn't it? Is it wild garlic or bluebells? What do you prefer? So we have the garlic no bread, and then we've got the bluebells. So yeah, it's gonna be battle of the giants, I think. Bluebells versus garlic. Got no other competitions yet, but just look at these trees, these old oak trees behind us. Absolutely fantastic. We're actually too close to them at the minute because there's no atmosphere, no nothing. But I'll just bring you around because there's just bluebells all over in here. But again, it's trying to get a composition that looks right. Rather than just taking a shot, it needs composing right. But these two, got this one just here, look, and that one just there. So yeah, I don't know, it does look quite nice, but you've got holly bushes in. I don't like holly bushes, but yeah, I just thought I'd show you them anyway while we're hunting for a few more compositions. But this little track here sort of leads you up, so hopefully the higher we go, we'll be looking down, so it'll give you that depth to everything as well. There's a few roots exposed around here, so if I can sort something out with some exposed roots amongst the bluebells, yeah, that'd be nice. But I'll come back to you anyway when I get something sorted out. Right then peeps, I did say I'm going to try and look for some roots, some nice bit of rootage. Well, I've got one just here, literally 50 yards from where we last spoke, so I'm quite low. I've got the 24 to 105 lens on at the minute. I'm at what, about 40 mil. So just focus on these roots, quite low down, so that fills the foreground. It does bring a bit of the sky in, but I will probably haze it out a touch. So yeah, but with the rootage, there's a bit of a stone wall up there as well, so I'm going to head up that way, because I mentioned before about looking down. As you look down now, it's taking the sky out, so you're just getting this green canopy and the blue. So the higher we go, the better it should be. But anyway, this was the roots just here, just on here, leading you straight off into the distance. So I'll bob that one on for you as we continue to go a little bit further in this battle of the giants. Right then peeps, mentioned earlier about that tree that we saw. Well, now we're getting higher up, we're looking down onto it, and it actually looks like it's backlit. So I've got the 70 to 200 back on now. I'm banging at 200 mil on this, looking straight down, so getting a bit of a foreground of bluebells, and we're getting the twists and turns of that tree we saw earlier. And with them leaves being backlit behind, it's giving a semi-silhouette sort of thing. But yeah, if this has worked, which fingers crossed it will do, I'll bob it up next for you. But yeah, it's quite an interesting character, that tree, just with it reaching up and things like that. I hope to find some more like that. Like I say, this is the first time we've been here. So yeah, it's been like battle against the giants, the wild garlic side versus the bluebell side. So yeah, let me know what you prefer, the bluebells or the wild garlic. So yeah, I'll bob this one up now for you. I'm going to go a bit higher just to see what else there is. Right then peeps, as you can see by this scene behind me, I'll show you now, we've got this tree all with the ivy roots twisted around it and everything, and it's like a pathway that leads you all the way up through a scene. There's no sky in this whatsoever. We have got a few bluebells in between everything else. I'll show you around. So yeah, we have got, I mentioned the wall earlier. This is the wall, just leading you down. I'm going to try and get an image somehow with that, but I might have to change lenses. But we have got this tree just here, with all this ivy roots on. And that is just anchoring the image on the left hand side. All round here, look, the ivy is going up the trees. We are going to have a little wander around here. This isn't going to be just about the bluebells. This is about this woodland as well, because this is fantastic. I mean, look at this in here. Yeah. This is one place I'm going to be definitely coming back to. So anyway, I'll bob this image on now for you, and I'll try and work something with this wall. And peeps, we have come to a part of this woodland now where the bluebells have sort of deserted us. If you have a look here, it is nearly all pine now. So there's one or two dotted around, but that's about it. So I'm going to have a little wander anyway, see what else there is. But if I do find anything else, I'll bob it on at the end for you, as always. So yeah, so if you've enjoyed this one, Battle of the Giants, please give the old thumbs up. Garlic, no bread versus the bluebells. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. It all helps this little channel. So yeah, I'll end with all the final images. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.